Hi there, I'm AkronNewsNow.com's Lindsay McCoy, and joining us today is WQMX morning show host Scott Wynn. He's our movie review expert. We're going to be talking about a lot of flicks today. So let's start with some of the movies that are topping the box office right now. It's family fun, 3D, it's Shrek.
Well, it's a huge hit. And you know, Shrek movies are more of an event than they are actually, a movie, because the families load up and they go. And this 3D is absolutely fantastic.
Watch your head. Hey, it's a new guy. Look at him, all dressed up in a Sunday vest.
He's really tiny, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fate has delivered us a comrade in arms, and for that we are thankful. Suit him up.
Let's go, Greedy.
Wait a minute.
The stuff that they have done with the 3D over the past number of years is just amazing. And the thing that always has made Shrek great to me is that it straddles the line successfully between adult humor and kids' humor. Everybody can have fun. The writing is just perfect.
Now on to a remake starring Russell Crowe, and I don't know about a lot of you ladies, but I kind of like Kevin Costner better in Robin Hood. What do you have to think about that?
Well, this is not your grandfather's Robin Hood, okay?
Oh, okay.
This is very, very different. What this is a prequel of how Robin Hood becomes Robin Hood, what leads him up to be proclaimed an outlaw.
See, that took you by the ears and by the heart.
None of these things can be written down, Robin. You must commit them to your very soul.
If you have seen Braveheart, if you have seen Gladiator, I'm not saying that you've seen this movie, but it's the same feel. A lot of earth tones, a lot of long battle scenes. It is violent. It is PG-13, and it's edgy on PG-13. Russell Crowe, of course, is very good. I went into this movie, Lindsay, with very low expectations, thinking, here we go again.
And a lot of people kind of expected that, I thought, because they said it's a sequel, kind of, remake, sort of, we're not sure, and it's coming out in the middle of all these other movies.
Right, but to be fair, I was mildly surprised at how good it really was. It borderlines on wearing its welcome out, okay? 2 hours and 10 minutes, I was ready to go, and it ended just in time. I think the problem with Robin Hood in the long run, it's going to be forgettable in a year.
So is this a DVD rental or an in-theaters movie that you
You can
check
wait
out?
on DVD. It's not big screen mandatory, no.
Okay, good. That's good to know, because you like to save money. I mean, those movies are expensive. Okay, we're going on to Iron Man. It was out a few weeks ago. A lot of action figures being sold for this movie, but I was wondering, is it going to last through this weekend with all the new movies coming in?
Well, Iron Man 2, of course, made a big splash. They kind of did the same thing a couple years ago. They released it against nobody, early May, and it did very well at the box office. And the same thing here. Iron Man 2 is a movie that kind of fell in love with itself.
Yeah.
I think what they did was they've spent more time setting up the third movie as opposed to making this a really good movie. Big opportunity missed to me in Iron Man. Mickey Rourke is really, really great in the beginning of this movie as this Russian scary guy. The arch villain, and they kind of wipe him out of his acting and his scenes about halfway through, and it starts building the next movie. I thought it was a huge opportunity missed.
Okay. Now let's move on to what's coming out this weekend at the box office. For Memorial Day, the holiday is a big weekend. Do you expect a lot of people to go to the theaters?
Well, a lot of it's weather related, of course, no matter where you are in the country, but they're expecting big numbers from two movies that are coming out this weekend. Sex and the City 2 comes out.
Yes.
And, here's the thing. I always thought this was pretty funny on television. To me, the first movie really didn't work for me.
Okay.
And this is receiving a lot of criticism here, too, as well, that maybe this whole franchise has kind of run its course. Again, I enjoyed it on TV. The first movie, but it's going to be a big hit. It's a movie, though, where groups of women or groups of people can dress up and go to the movie.
Yeah.
It's more of an event. They can have fun with it.
It's really fun to go. It's fabulous fashion. It's plenty of shoes. So if you like to shop, you're going to see a lot of ideas of what the trends are going to be. I think if you're a fan of the show and you maybe like the first one, I think you'll like this movie. The only thing about the first Sex and the City, it was sad in the middle. And I'm used to laughing through the whole show.
Yeah, no doubt.
So it was a little off. Do you think that maybe it'll pick up the pace this time and be a little more happy? Because I didn't like how it was a breakup throughout the whole movie. She was breaking up with Mr. Big, or his name, and it seemed kind of sad. Do you think this movie will be more fun?
Well, I hope so, because I always thought that's what made the TV show fun. Is it was a fun, satirical, silly look at at being young and living in the big city.
Seriously, they're starting.
Look, you're on a camel in the middle of the Arabian desert. If you're not having a hot flash, you're dead.
What do you think? This is fabulous.
That's my phone. Oh my God! It's my phone.
Who's her long distance provider?
And I thought I'm agree with you. I think the first movie kind of missed a little bit of that. We got a
Yeah.
little too deep, a little too heavy.
Dramatic.
But I think a little bit more fun might be in order for Sex and the City too.
Yeah, I like fun. Well, we're going to stay in the Middle East because Sex and the City, they're overseas in the Middle East. It looks like Prince of Persia might be taking place somewhere over there as well. So how about we talk about Jake Gyllenhaal and his performance coming up in Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
I can't decide if this movie is going to be an enormous hit or a huge flop. A few years ago, they released The Mummy on Memorial Day weekend too. Huge sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I mean, financially, whether you love the movie or not, made two more. It was the same formula. I think the problem with Prince of Persia, to me, is going to be the fact that I don't think it has real star power. Jake
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal's a nice actor, and he's made some good movies.
Good looking.
but it isn't like, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia. It's just Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. It also looks to me like they've got a bunch of new special effects that they want to get on screen somehow, and this is how to do it.
I'm not sure how this movie is going to pan out. I really didn't see a lot in the trailer, which we're going to take a look at right now. We'll see what we think.
Have you wondered how you could have found such a treasure? The gods have a plan for you, a destiny.
I've seen its power with my own eyes. Releasing the sand turns back time. Only the holder of the dagger is aware of what's happened.
How did you do that?
Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time. And there are those who would use this power to destroy the world.
Time will erase everything.
The only way to stop this Armageddon is for us to take the dagger to the secret Guardian Temple. We must take it there, Dastan.
You really enjoy telling me what to do, don't you?
Only because you're so good at following orders.
Yeah, don't press your luck. Assassins.
They strike terror into the heart of all they cross.
Such a noble prince. Leaping to assist the fallen beauty.
Who said you were a beauty?
There must be a reason why you can't take your eyes off me.
I... Find him!
The High Temple. It's guarded by some sort of demon. Dastan, where's the dagger?
You're welcome to search me for it. You'll have to be very thorough.
It's time.
We have to get out of here.
Okay, so how much money do you think this movie's going to make?
Well, that's the $64,000 question. I can't
Yeah.
decide if it's going to bring in $80 million or $80. I don't know.
All right, well, thank you very much, Scott. Thank you for joining me this week, and hopefully you can check out some of these movies in the box office, and you can let us know what you think. You can always read Scott Wynn's movie reviews on acronewsnow.com. They're on the entertainment page, and you can post comments, you can watch video, you can listen to his review in audio format, and we'll be sure to have you back next week, Scott, with more reviews on the movies to come out in the theaters. Maybe we'll talk more about what happened with some of these new flicks.
And it's going to be a big June, too. So.
Oh, I can't wait.